Hello and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel. First ein Info to my German-speaking viewers. Dieses Video ist auch mit deutschem Kommentar verfügbar. Der Link zum deutschsprachigen Video findet ihr in der Videobeschreibung. This video is about the Ascher Racing 5-inch sim racing dashboard. The Ascher Racing 5-inch dashboard is a USB dashboard with LEDs for your racing simulator. It is the first dashboard from Ascher Racing, and I am curious if it has the extremely high quality that we know from the German sim racing hardware manufacturer. With 5 inches, it is one of the largest of the standard sizes for sim racing and motorsport dashboards. Normally, sim racing dashboards are in the 4.2 inch range. A very convincing feature also awaits you if you are the owner of a Simucube 2 steering wheel, such as the Ascher Racing F64. The same dashboard that I have here in the 5-inch version is also available in the 4-inch version. The 4-inch version has the same shape and the same functions. The only difference is the size. First, I will show you the dashboard in detail in this video. I will talk about the dashboard and the components included in the package, say something about the processing and show you all the functions of the dashboard. After that, I will give you a summary of the dashboard. And at the end of the video, I will do a test drive with the dashboard in the form of my triple screen onboard videos in my simulator. The package includes the dashboard, a 2-meter nylon covered USB cable, mounting plates, and mounting screws. Let's start with the housing. The housing is made of a smooth, matte black anodized and CNC machined automotive aluminum. The dashboard has a width of 145 mm, a height of 88 mm and a thickness of 18.6 mm. The thickness of only 18.6 mm is particularly impressive. Dashboards from other manufacturers are usually almost twice as thick and therefore take up more space. The workmanship of the case is very good and looks very good. I also like the shape of the dashboard very much, and it reminds me a bit of one of the most used dashboards in motorsport because of the extended width of the outer LEDs. One that was also used in the Porsche Cup and many GT3 cars like the Bentley Continental GT3. Formula 1 and Formula 2 cars have also used a similar shape. On the back of the case there are 2 more threads, the USB-C connector and an on-off switch. The dashboard is operated via the USB connection on the back. The cable is used for data transfer and power supply. Only this cable is needed. The 2 threads are for screwing to one of the 2 different 5mm thick carbon plates. The carbon plates are compatible with Simucube 1 and 2, Fanatec systems, the Assetec wheelbase, the VRS Direct Force Pro base, Miege and Lense motors, and the Magic. Various screws for attaching the carbon plates to the dashboard and for screwing them to various motors are already included in the scope of delivery. Also, aluminium spacers to create a gap between the base and the dashboard are in the scope of delivery. The dashboard can be moved in height via the slotted hole in the mounting plate. Compared to other mounting plates, the Ascher Racing one is not quite as high, as you can see. I use the screw-on position of the Simucube 2 Pro base. The highest position that can be reached is about 8 to 11 mm lower at the bottom edge of the display as with other manufacturers. For most setups, this is less relevant, but I wanted to mention it anyway. With the additional use of spacers, the distance to the driver, the steering wheel or the base can also be changed. The display is a 5-inch four-core color display with a width of 109.6 to 61.6 mm and with a resolution of 480 to 854 pixels. So the display is not the usual size for sim racing dashboards, it is even slightly larger. The display has very good resolution, a very good contrast and beautiful colors. The display has 16-bit colors and a brightness of up to 350 lumens. In addition, the display can also be operated by touch. With the SimHub software, for example, you can move to the next page. Something else that should be mentioned, the display is not anti-reflective, but has a reflective surface like TV screens. In my opinion, one advantage of a reflective display is the more beautiful representation of colors, even if the display is more sensitive to light. The dashboard also has 21 RGB LEDs, 3 each on the left and right, and 15 in the middle. A special feature of the RGB LEDs is the position of the LEDs. For each diode, a separate hole was made in which the diode is placed. This prevented the colors from overlapping to the surrounding holes. This is a feature I have not seen in any of the many dashboards I have tested so far. With 16 million possible colors and a brightness that can really be set extremely brightly, even compared to other dashboards, the LEDs not only look great, but are also very individually adjustable. I think it's very good that the dashboard has additional RGB LEDs on the sides, because you can configure a lot of information there. For example, flag signals, an almost empty tank, or a DRS indicator. Once the dashboard is attached to the simulator and connected to the PC, the dashboard is immediately recognized by SimHub. As you can see, the dashboard has an official SimHub integration and can be found on the devices if the latest SimHub version is installed. On the LCD page, we can make all the settings regarding the display. Touch, brightness, contrast, frames per second, and also the dashboard layout can be set here. Of course, the display can also be used with the Z1 dashboard or dash panel, but the LEDs cannot be used there. Therefore, I recommend SimHub, which in my opinion is the best telemetry software anyway. On the Ascher Racing page, there is an official dashboard layout especially for this dashboard, which you can download. A profile for the RGB LEDs is also included. You can download more dashboard layouts from various sim racing sites, or with a little practice you can create your own dashboard layout. On the second page, called LEDs, we can configure the 21 LEDs. Here, I use the official Ascher Racing profile with which you can get the most of the useful information you need when driving. This profile even includes car-specific LED profiles, including telemetry optimized and gear-dependent shift timings for the simulation iRacing. If that's not enough, you can create your own profiles or edit profiles. With the LEDs, you can set a lot of information the way you want it. The brightness of the LED can be adjusted, the colors, flashing signals with different flashing intervals can be configured, and much more. If you want to get an overview, you can download the SimHub software free of charge. On the controls page, you can also assign buttons to specific functions. For example, I always have a button configured on my steering wheel with which I can switch between the pages of the dashboard. Now to a very cool feature for all owners of a Simucube 2 steering wheel like the Ascher Racing F64 V3. When using Simucube and the Ascher Racing dashboard profile, the positions of the two rotary position switches are displayed in the dashboard when the switches on the back of the steering wheel are set in the 12 pos mode. Another feature is the presentation of the bite point of the clutch pedals in the Ascher Racing profile for Simucube. You can adjust the bite point on the Ascher Racing F64 directly via the steering wheel, as already showed in my review video of the steering wheel. When pulling the clutches, the dashboard shows you how the clutches are set. When we are on the bite point menu of the steering wheel and adjust the clutch, this is displayed on the dashboard. The review of the Ascher Racing F64 SDV3 and the Ascher Racing F28 SDV2 can also be found in the review playlist on YouTube and is linked in the video description. In addition, there is a feature that is interesting for all who drive in iRacing. In iRacing, you only get a penalty if you exceed the speed limit in the pit lane by more than 2 km per hour. If you don't activate the pit speed limiter in the pit lane, the LEDs show you how fast you can drive before you get a penalty. When all the LEDs are red, you are going just fast enough not to get a penalty, and you can gain some time in the pit lane because you are going about 2 km per hour faster than the pit speed limiter. So you have the perfect speed in the pit lane. Of course, this function only works with the pit speed limiter deactivated. That's all there is to say about the dashboard. Let's move on to the conclusion, the price of the dashboard, and then to my triple screen onboard video from my SimLab P1X simulator. The 5-inch version of the dashboard costs 429 euros, including VAT, plus shipping costs. The 4-inch variant costs exactly 60 euros less, so 369 euro, including VAT. The dashboard could convince me, especially with the exclusive features. With a thickness of 18.6 mm, the dashboard is very slim compared to its competitors. The angled USB cable also provides a very compact design. The shape of the housing has given the dashboard a big plus point for me. Also because the similarity to dashboards from real motorsport. In addition, the workmanship of the CNC machined aluminium housing is at the highest level. If you have a Simucube 2 steering wheel like the Ascher Racing F64, this dashboard is almost a must-buy if you are looking for a new dashboard. You get a lot displayed through the integration of the Simucube software with the Simucube 2 steering wheels and a dashboard. Compared to other dashboards I have already tested, there is a small surcharge, but they are also much more expensive dashboards. However, you also have to consider all the features that other high-end dashboards don't have, such as the separate LEDs, where each diode has its own hole so that light doesn't spill over into the surrounding holes. In addition, the 5-inch version I have here is also a dashboard that has almost 20% more display size than many other dashboards. The resolution and colors of the touch display are very detailed and clear, and the RGB LEDs have an extremely high brightness range and beautiful colors. I hope you enjoyed the video and was able to answer all your questions. If you have any further questions, please write them in the comments. A link to the display and to the Ascher Racing Simucube steering wheels F64 SCV3 and F28 SCV2 are also in the video description. Now we come to the promised triple screen onboard video in my Simlab P1X simulator. Have fun with it and see you next time.